Welcome to the best podcast on earth. It's like, no. But welcome to Conquer Conversations Podcast, a place for social conversation. If you're not aware, this is a podcast that is created to discuss varying topics that intrigue me week to week on social media and TV. Now, I think it's going to be, pretty short and to the point, okay? I don't think I'm going to beat around the bush a lot. But if you know me, you know that might be a lie. But, so this conversation is, it's not long overdue because we're still very much in the pandemic, but it's kind of like, what's prompting this is not nothing necessary. Not necessarily like, I don't know. Like, it's not like, this isn't a direct response to anybody. This is what I'm saying, okay? This is just my thoughts over the discussions that have been taking place over the past week, but mostly the past year, if we're being honest. But more so just like the past week, it's just like back up and this conversation is rampant again. So I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not really somebody that's going to chastise you for being vaccinated or being unvaccinated. I personally don't care. Your body, your choice. Now, what I will say is, does your choice have consequences for others? It probably most likely does, but that's up to you and whoever you're around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do what's best for you, but that's an encouragement for everybody. If you feel this isn't necessary for you, that's on you. If you feel it is, then that's also on you. Like, I can't tell you what to do and what not to do. But yeah, I do have some thoughts as it pertains to the vaccine. Personally, I am vaccinated. Was that something I was forced into? No, I just chose to do that because I want to be around, I wanted to be around my friends. I wanted to travel. So it was like, if this is something that is going to help in lessening symptoms, should I get COVID, then yes, I'm going to take that. Sorry. Then yes, I'm going to get it. And why not? My grandparents got it. They're fine. Uncle got it, he's fine. I'm like, well, if these people that are closest to me are getting it, why would I? There's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to lie, I was apprehensive in the beginning when it was first announced and everything, and especially how it was like being advertised constantly. That did raise some red flags, but ultimately, I just was like, you know what, F it, you know what I'm saying? And went about my business and got that thing after I got my haircut, and, hey. Now, everything is up to everybody, that's what we have. We have free choice, quote unquote, like they love to say. But it's getting to a point where it's like, all right, like y'all are coming up with these ridiculous excuses as to why you're not getting it. And it's like, we got to get over it. Like, if you don't want to get it, just say you don't want to get it. Like, stand in your truth. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here lying to these people and lying to yourself about all these reasons why you're not getting it. Just say you don't want to get it. Like, it's okay. Like, not saying it is okay, not saying it's not okay, but it's like, at the end of the day, this is something you choose not to do, just say it and stand in that. Don't come up with a billion other excuses that make no logical sense. You know what I'm saying? My favorite being, which prompted this episode, is I got to do more research. What research do you need to do? What research do you need to do? Please let me know. I really need to know what research you're possibly doing that you did not have access to already. You know what I'm saying? The vaccine has been out for how many months now? You know what I'm saying? I receive so much information about the vaccine, I don't go looking for it. So my thing is, how are you not, what research do you need to get that you have not been given? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're living under a rock with no type of cell service or something, I don't understand how you possibly do not have any information on these vaccines and the cons and pros of each of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll literally scroll on TikTok and see a doctor come up talking about the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? I'll literally be on Instagram and next thing I know, here's a pop-up talking about some fucking vaccine. You know what I'm saying? There is so much information that's constantly being shoved down our throats. What more research do you possibly need? And I do understand, like, there is a certain, level of mistrust because it's like, all right, our phones are constantly listening to us. So, is this propaganda or are they just using what we want to hear? You know what I'm saying? I get that. I get you being skeptical. It makes a lot of sense. But we're also in the first pandemic of our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Y'all talk about the Ebola virus. The Ebola virus breached like what, 2 people? You know what I'm saying? Y'all talked about the pig flu or whatever, swine flu. That did not go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yes, a couple people were. I mean, people were impacted by that, but it was not to this extent. Like, this impacted the whole world. You know what I'm saying? At one time, like, and it still is. And the people that are in charge are not necessarily doing what they should be doing, at least to what I see. So I think if we can help ourselves in any type of way, then yeah, I do encourage it if that's something that you want to do. But also, I do encourage you to do your own research. I do encourage you to look for more information to help you come to this conclusion of what you want to get, what you don't want to get. But it's been how many months? Like, we can't keep saying I'm doing research. You know what I'm saying? What research are you doing now that you haven't done before? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not making sense in my head. Like, how much more research do you need to do? Like, what more research do you really need to do? That's where I'm just always confused about. Like, it made sense in the beginning where it was like the first couple of months, it was like, all right, I need to do research. Okay, that makes sense. But now it's like, are you purposely not even looking at are you purposely not even looking? Like, because that's the only sense it makes right now. Are you purposely not even looking at the information that's provided around you? Like, I guarantee you could scroll on a social media app for 5 minutes and you got a bunch of information about a vaccine. Like, it's not, you really have to look the other way. You really have to put your blinders on and have narrow vision in order not to see information about a vaccine. Like, that's where we're getting it at. Like, that's where I'm getting at. Like, it's so in your face. It's like, how are you missing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I understand, being skeptical. I understand all that. And I'm not holding nobody down about that point. Like, you know what? Like, I get it, but that excuse is dead to me. You know what I'm saying? That excuse is dead to me. Especially, it's like, and the thing that kills me most is when it's the people that, and I'm not drug shaming. Hey, do what you do. I don't care. But it's the people that be out here having unprotected sex, having multiple sex partners within a day, buying drugs from a whole bunch of different people, but then you draw the line at a vaccine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Talking about it's not FDA approved. Okay, and neither is the drugs that you buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you take? Like, we gotta, like, I get it, but we also, and I'm not even trying to be on this like devil's advocate type of thing, but it's like, you can't be using this excuse when you're out here just buying from random people. You know what I'm saying? You're buying from unreliable sources. You don't know these people from a can of paint, and you have no issue doing that, but you got a problem with a vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, once again, if you just don't want to get the vaccine, just say I'm not getting it. Like, you don't need to come up with it trying to be a compelling excuse. It doesn't need to be. Just say I'm not getting it. At the end of the day, you're your own individual. You make your own choices. If that's not something you're comfortable doing, you're just not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you any less regard. I'm not going to disrespect you in any type of way because you didn't get it, because I'm not going to hold you to no higher regard because you did get it. There's people that make dumb decisions that got it, and there are people that make dumb decisions that got it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really matter. So it's just like, I'm just tired of the random excuses that people come up with to validate why they're not getting the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be like really redundant because I keep saying it, but it's like, that's my thing. Like, you just have to, if you just stand in that, like, say what you mean and what you say. If they say, did you get the vaccine? You say no. You know what I'm saying? If they say why? Because I didn't want to. It's simple as that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to. If you get the vaccine and say, oh, you got the vaccine, and somebody opposes you and say why? Because I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I felt it was necessary for my health. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's simple as that. Like, you don't need to go into these long-winded conversations and give stories that really don't even make logical sense about people that are not related to you. Like, y'all remember my cousin works at the Pentagon type of tweets? Remember those? That's what we're getting at this point. Like, my aunt's sister friend Tracy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to get it, just say that. Like, it's okay. Like, we are not going to be out here stoning you to death because it might feel like that. Like, it might feel like that for coming from different people because people have some type of weird thing where they feel like there's some upper echelon because they got a vaccine or something. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. But in real life, you know what I'm saying? People don't care. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, stay away, but like, go do you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I understand it is getting more tough. I mean, it is getting tougher because now it's being required in different venues and different events that you go to and all that stuff. So yeah, that makes sense. But if you don't want to get it, just simply say you don't want to get it. Like, you don't have to be out here giving all these excuses as to why, you know what I'm saying? And not really referencing anybody in particular, but, you know, somebody, you know, that's famous, you know, voiced their concerns and their opinions, you know, on Twitter the other day, which kind of sparked this conversation, but really didn't. I mean, it did, but like the research aspect of it, like I need to conduct research aspect, it was like, all right, come on. Like, you know, that's just a tired excuse. But, like, that's just where it's getting to the point where it's like everybody's judging you for not getting it or getting it. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't want to get it and you are concerned about your health and well-being, you could simply say, if you didn't get the vaccine, I don't feel comfortable being around you right now because I just don't want to pass it around to anybody. That's some logical sense. That is okay. You know what I'm saying? But you people on the other opposing end that say you got the vaccine, I don't want to be around you, that really doesn't make any sense. And I'm not judging you, but that really doesn't make any sense. But okay, like, you know what I'm saying? If this is your boundary, I'm going to respect it. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, like, no, we got to hang out. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you being unvaccinated and me being vaccinated, you're doing more harm to me than I am to you. But that's, you know, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know. And then this is kind of not relevant, but it is. And another thing is, like, when people say, like, people that are doing the opposite of what you would like, and then you talk about they become sheep, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't listen to nobody, or I'm following my own mind, or y'all ain't thinking for yourself. People that, and this is, you know, I'm going to just tie this back to the vaccine, but this is going to be applied to a bunch of different scenarios. But just because people chose to get the vaccine doesn't make them a sheep. You know what I'm saying? Just because you didn't get a vaccine doesn't make you a sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an argument that can be argued on both sides. You know what I'm saying? You think you're this free thinker, but at the end of the day, you're being a quote unquote free thinker with a whole bunch of other people thinking the same way as you. Just as people that got the vaccine are thinking in a way that, you know, I'm trying to be helpful to other people, and they're thinking about that with other people that are trying to be, you know, consider other people as well as themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be a group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like, oh, I'm a loner. Okay, but then you're sitting with a bunch of people that are also loners. So how alone are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, we try to pride ourselves on being these individuals that just have these, you know, extreme ideas that nobody can ever understand. But it's like, when you look around, you are still around a whole bunch of people that think the same way as you. So it's like, you're really not as thinking as freely as you think you are, because you're still following a path. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? It's like, and then, like, when people dress a certain way, they'll be like, oh, you want to just follow the crowd. You want to follow these trends. You should dress like this. So now you're chastising them for dressing a certain way, but then you want them to dress a way that you feel is acceptable. Como se dice, makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? How does that make any fucking sense? Sorry, I'm about to drink some coffee. But please enlighten me on how that makes any possible sense. That I don't feel comfortable with the way what you're doing, but I want you to do it this way so I feel more comfortable. So you want me to conform to what your ideals are, but you're making me feel uncomfortable for following what's in my heart. You know what I'm saying? That makes no fucking sense. That makes no fucking sense to me. Like, you know, that makes no sense to me. Like, you got people, like, when people come out here, like, guys are wearing dresses or whatever, and it's like, that's not acceptable. You shouldn't be doing that. Da, 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 da. And then you turn around and tell them, oh, you should be wearing baggy jeans and a big T-shirt. You need to be thinking for yourself. You're trying to conform to these ideals. The nigga just wanted to wear a dress. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what he chose to do, that's what he chose to do. What does that have to do with you? And then you tell him that you don't feel comfortable around him because of things because he feels he's being, a rule breaker, or he's being some type of role model for people that may want to do this, or he's being freely himself. How the fuck is conformity being free? You know what I'm saying? How are you saying that you don't? How are you saying his freedom is making an impact on you? That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just makes no sense to me. Like, I really don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And it's like, y'all really just sit there and make up all these excuses and then want everybody to be the same, but in your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want people to step outside the box and be themselves and do what they want to do. You want them to follow in suit of you, and then here's the thing: what if they do conform to the things that you want them to do? You'll complain about everybody being like you. That is the thing that gets me: is you'll complain about people being like you after you told them to be like you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole what's it called? Like, the whole, like, luxury wear type of thing. It's all, oh, y'all can't even afford that. Y'all buying that, da 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 da. And then the second you get some money, here you go buying Gucci, and then talking about everybody else is lame because they're not wearing it no more. And then everybody start wearing it again. Oh, everybody trying to be like me. I was a trendsetter. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's whole, like, the whole, like, the whole, the style nowadays, and I guess they refer to it as TikTok fashion or whatever, but it's aggravating because 9 times out of 10 it's black people that created it and y'all just followed suit, but whatever. How everybody was wearing, the graphic tees, the baggier jeans, the ones and everything else, and now everybody's dressing the same, right? Which I like the style. I don't mind it. But what kills me is when everybody is literally dressing like everybody else and then giving fashion advice on why their fits are not, or what, I don't know. I can't remember the saying. Is it drip or something like that? I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about. You'll see those videos when they be like, yeah, I'm rating their outfits, seeing it if it's fashionable or not. And it's like, you really can't tell me if I'm dressing fashionable when you're dressing like every single other person on this app right now. You know what I'm saying? If I scroll through Instagram, every single person on my For You page, every person on my Instagram feed is dressed the same. You know what I'm saying? If I go on TikTok and I scroll down, everybody has the same outfit on. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't have no problem with you dressing like that. I don't have no problem with that. But it's like, how you going to sit there and I have my own individual style. You told me I can't dress, but you're dressing like everybody else. It just, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, I don't have no problem with people doing what they want to do. Do what you want to be, do. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. I have no issue with that. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to chastise you. I'm not going to sit there and say anything. You know what I'm saying? But don't say nothing about me for dressing a type of way when you dress like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you out here telling me conform to how you look. Like, if I literally had the same, you're swagged out, you're dripping right now, bro. Da da da. Like, what? And I understand. Like, the thing with fashion is, it's like you have influence, right? There's different influences that go on. You see something and you might make an outfit out of that or whatever. Like, you make different things up, with what you got. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And a lot of people some people don't have the funds to dress how they would like to. Some people may not just have a sense of style. But for you to be out here, I mean, some people just can't dress. That's a simple fact. I ain't gonna lie. But but you can't be out here dressing like every single person that is on your Instagram and then tell somebody else they can't dress. That's just making no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just making no sense to me. Like, yeah, the fit didn't match. Okay, I get it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be agreeing sometimes. I'll be agreeing with these people, but it's also like, where do you get off saying this when you are literally dressed by Tim, Tom, and Becky? You know what I'm saying? Like, that just makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't holding nobody to no crazy standard. But it's also just like, We can't be judgmental. That's the thing. We as a people are too judgmental, and that is not cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool. We're too judgmental of other folks. First of all, we don't even know their situations that they're coming from. We don't know their access that they have or lack of access that they have. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. And y'all out here trying to chastise people for doing things that you can do that they can't, or maybe they just choose not to. I don't know. We don't know their situations, but y'all just freely out here talking, and y'all just don't bother to take time to actually, understand if, is there a deeper issue going on, which you're not really required to know if there's a different issue, but you're also not required to judge them either. You know what I'm saying? That's the simple facts. Like, they can just simply, if somebody can't afford to dress how you would want them to dress, you can simply just, hey, either one, don't talk about them in general, because that's, the safest thing to do. But I know people send in their pictures and shit and want to know, and I feel like some people do it intentionally just to be like, yeah, I know I'm dressed badly, but let me throw it out there. But I really just feel like if you're like, unless you can dress and have your own sense of style, I really don't want to hear from you. It's as simple as that. I really don't want to hear from you. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't. And maybe because I'm older now, like, young me probably would have had a whole different, I probably would have been like, yeah, you know what, they can't dress it. Like, young me probably would have been like that. But older me is like, come on, man. Like, we gotta chill. Like, especially now, like after that pandemic, when people lost their jobs, now they're losing their rental assistance and all that stuff. Like, them stimmies ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, now is like the time just not to be out here trying to chastise people for things that's really out of their control at this point. Like, people don't have like all the resources we don't all have the same resources. Like, we got to take heed to that. Like, we don't. Some people literally make their own clothes, and if it comes out good or if it comes out bad, you know what? You can always just encourage somebody to be better. That's a simple thing. Like, you don't got to be mad about it. Like, you know what? Great start. Keep on going. I see the vision. I see what you can do. Maybe try it this way. You know what I'm saying? Offer some positive criticism. Don't just be negative about everything. That's the thing that also pisses me off. Like, people get too comfortable being negative. Like, be uplifting. Be uplifting. I know y'all don't want people negatively talking to you about this stuff. Like, why would you want to negatively be talking to somebody like that? Like, why? Like, please let me know. Let me know. I really want to know why. Because, hold on. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. Especially because I am not, that's probably why I never played football. Like, I'll play probably like 2 days and I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't know why y'all put me in this. I told you I want to do this. But, yeah, I'm not somebody that's receptive to arguing. I'm not somebody that's receptive to screaming and being talked disrespectful to. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like being micromanaged. I don't like being questioned. All that stuff. Like, I don't like it. So I really try not to put myself in situations where that would be the case. Especially now, like, I'm a grown man. I don't need you talking to me like that. If you can't talk to me with respect, don't talk to me at all. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? If you got a point that you're trying to get across, talk about it in a civil manner. Because I'm not talking to you like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not raising my voice to you. I'm not being disrespectful to you. So don't be like that to me. You know what I'm saying? And I have a neighbor who used to try to just really like, and you know what he is. I'm not even going to sit there and say, but you know. Look at the back of your hand, I'll turn it to the front or turn it to the other side. You know what I'm saying? And we would have an issue where people that would like just use turn, like not necessarily go all the way in his driveway, but like turn, like kind of use the little sidewalk part of it to turn or whatever. Which, I mean, I get how that would be annoying. I get that. I'm not even going to like say I don't understand where he's coming from. But it's also like, if this is an issue with you, right? This is something that you don't like. And you come up, why are y'all first of all, if this is the first time you're voicing your concern, why the fuck are you screaming? You know what I'm saying? If this is something that is really bothering you, you could simply say, hey, can you tell people not to turn in my driveway? I would appreciate it. Yes. But you saying, why are they always turning in my driveway? You guys are, sir, I'm gonna tell them to do it on purpose at this point, because now you're just doing too much. Like, see, now you're chasing clout. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are doing too much, and it's like, my thing is, we're not thinking about that. Like, nobody's thinking about that. I can't, like, my thing is, I really can't control what people do or don't do. But I'm trying to, like, you know, as your neighbor, let me preface it before people even, you know, get too comfortable. Like, yeah, don't use that driveway to turn. Go turn up at this place. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. But I'm not going to be in the car with every single person that leaves the house. You know, like, if they do it, I'm going to try to be, like, mindful of, like, tell them don't do it again. But look, mistakes happen. Like, it's a fucking driveway. We're not driving in your fucking house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe just because, you know, I get it. Like, ultimately, I do get the point. I do get the principle. I do get why you don't want people doing that. But it's also at the same time, y'all don't have to be so irrational with what you say at the first time, especially the first time you say it. Especially the first time, if this is the first time you're bringing attention to the issue, why are you being rude? Why are you being rude? You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. Why do y'all people? I mean, this is a whole conversation that went off a whole different places, but that's a simple fact. Like, why are y'all always having these emotional, you know, rants that really do not need to be this ridiculous? You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. I can't control others. All you can do is control your reaction. So, you know, do what you do. Do it to the best of your ability, and you know what? Be mindful. Don't be judgmental. Okay, don't be judgmental. And honestly, you people that want to say you're doing your research, just do it. Do your research, and if you decide not to get the vaccine, simply say, I did the research, I don't want to get the vaccine. We don't need no elaborate bullshit ideas every 10 seconds. Hey, Teddy, let's ding dong ditch. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need all that. Like, you're 36. Like, act your age. Come on. Like, we don't need all that. Like, it's okay. It's okay. If you don't want to get the vaccine, just say that. It's simple. It's that simple. If you don't want to, just say that. Also, stay at home, but if you staying at home and you ain't mingling and hanging with nobody that you could possibly get sick, if you have it, that's fine. I'm not going to hold you. But if you're going to be out here, that's somebody that says no to the vaccine, but also want to be at every single party in everybody's face, and then go back to your home where you know that you have a baby and you got a grandma, and you got an aunt, and you got an uncle. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'll start judging you. I don't really judge people. I don't judge people, but I'll judge you on that, and I'll judge you if you wear jeans to the airport. That's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge people, but there's some things I just cannot let go. Like, why are you trying to be uncomfortable in the airport? I don't make no sense. If you're comfortable in jeans, that's beyond me, but you better be in first class with some jeans on going to the airport. That's all I'm saying. That's the rule. If you go to the airport in jeans or a suit, you got to be sitting in first class. There's no other reason. You know what I'm saying? No other way that you're coming here sitting in economy with the rest of us with jeans on. Why? Who does that? Especially for long flights. I can see if it's like one of those like 1 hour flights. I get that. But it's also just like, Why? Just let me know. But hey, I don't make the rules, but I'll voice my opinions on them sometimes. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Just wanted to, let that out. This is probably a pretty short podcast. The last one was probably like, I don't know if it was like an hour. It was up there though. It was up there. Which I really didn't even advertise that one, which I need to. So if you're listening, if you're listening, this your first time, you got 3 new episodes to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Catch up now. Catch up, mustard. But if not, hey, it is what it is. I don't care. We're about to be out, but let me go ahead and tag the socials with you real quick. Let me open up this phone. Open up this Fizzone and get to the Bizzone. Come on, I'm a rapper. Let's go. We are Concrete Convo Pod on Instagram. On Twitter, we are Concrete Convo 2. And then on the TikTok, we are Concrete Conversation. So, yeah, and those will be tagged in the in the bio. So tap in and let me know your thoughts. Continue the conversation on any of those platforms and go from there. So come on, start rocking with your boy. Because the nigga don't want to work. But that's besides the point. Let's go. All right. Have a good weekend. It's Friday. Hopefully y'all, get out there, go get some drinks, go do what you do. Have a good time. I ain't judging. Unless you weren't used to the airport. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't judging. As long as you don't judge me, I ain't judging you. Simple as that. I don't care. But hey, let people do what they want to do. Stop trying to have them conform to you, what your standards are. Stop doing it. Let people do what they want to do. Let people live their own lives. Nobody's here to appease nobody else, okay? Nobody is here to appease you. They're here to live their life. They're here to complete the mission that they're here to complete. That has nothing to do with you, okay? We put too much judgment on other people, and it's not okay. It's not okay. I don't know how many times I have to say it's not okay. And parents, your kids are not many yous. Your kids are their own identity. Stop telling them that they need to do certain things in order to be successful in this life. Their success may not be your success, okay? Simple as that. You coach them? Yes. Do you empower them and encourage them? Yes. But do you make all their decisions for them and tell them what they can and can't do? At a certain point, no. You know what I'm saying? You can tell them don't touch fire, but sometimes that's the way they learn. You know what I'm saying? If they feel in their heart of hearts that this decision is what's good for them, or if they feel this is how they want to live their life, that's what they want to do, okay? Don't tell nobody differently. If somebody wants to be an artist, let them be a fucking artist. Because I'm going to tell you right now, we go to these colleges, get these degrees, and come out miserable. And we wasted 4 years of our life doing something we didn't want to do, to do the rest of our life doing stuff we don't want to do because we try to appease you. So stop putting on these expectations onto your kids. Stop doing it. Let them be who they are. Let them live their life. Okay? Do that. That's as simple as that. You might hate yourself, but don't make your kids hate themselves. Period. Peace. Bye.